How is it going today on this lovely Sunday? Um, Welcome to the Hypnotic Sunday service. I'm just checking to see if I'm going live on my page, and it looks like it. Yeah, there's the echo, and all right. I really wish I could figure out how to set this so it's public on my main page. I can't find that setting anywhere unless I'm already live. Um, so we should be live now on my main Facebook page and in in the group. So hello everybody in Life is Just Beginning Midlife Mastery Group and Healing Emotionally and Physically from Bell's Palsy, live on YouTube, and now finally live on Instagram from Restream. So all the Instagram folks get to see the wonderful production values that you've previously been missing out on when I've been doing these here. And I no longer have to set a phone up to do both at the same time. So you get my undivided attention. So, been a while. How's everybody been? Um, so say hi in the chat, and you can always connect to restream chat.restream.io/Facebook. Watch you on Facebook to so I can see your comments. Um, I don't want this to be too long today. It's actually a pretty nice day out, so I know everybody's got things to do. But I'm like, wow, it's the 17th of December already. Christmas is right around the corner. And of course, right after Christmas is New Year's. And everybody, has their own feelings and thoughts on New Year's resolutions, right? And it's one of those things. You stop playing around with this. Um, yeah. So, you know, I don't believe in New Year's resolutions. I don't really care too much for them. I prefer goals. I'll have a goal I want to achieve throughout the year. I'm not putting a lot of pressure on myself that I have to do this. And I think that's where a lot of people really get it wrong with New Year's resolutions and setting their goals. They come in with this idea, oh, I'm going to do all of these things. I'm going to start off right away and push, push, push. And, that'll work for a few weeks, maybe, but by mid February, most people have fallen off and they're not worried about it anymore. And that's because they're like, oh, well, I started off so determined. But, it's funny when you think about it because being determined is kind of a presupposition that you won't just do the thing. You know, uh, there's some insecurity kind of hiding behind that, or else you would just go and do it, right? So, a really interesting way to think about determination. But the big thing that gets us is like we're not feeling good about the New Year's resolutions that we set, the goals that we set. And if it doesn't feel good to us, and it's not impressed into our subconscious, we're gonna find any way possible to distract, to move away from doing the thing, right? It's like, oh well, it's cold, it's raining. I'm just gonna take today off. There isn't that sort of immediate thing there because the goal hasn't been impressed in the subconscious. And you have to remember everything that we do, even our worst impulses, have some sort of beneficial intent behind it, whether it's to protect us or to help us feel pleasure. And distracting us, taking us away from the things that we want is one of the ways it does that. Because if we don't enjoy the thing that we're doing, our subconscious goes, oh, okay, we don't like this. This causes us some level of discomfort, some level of pain. So, what can we do that's going to eliminate that and bring something that feels better in, even if that better thing long term doesn't serve our larger agenda? And the two ways that, these things become impressed in our subconscious is from, hey, Nora, thanks for watching. Uh, but it's through emotion and repetition. So we can have a thought about something and it's just a thought, like I always said, we are not our thoughts, we are not our feelings. These are things that experience, they just kind of float by. But if we have that thought over and over and over again on the surface, like that old adage, like a lie told 1,000 times becomes the truth, that impresses into our subconscious that this thought is the truth. And if there's an emotional charge behind it, then it goes even deeper. And this is how those programs form that we run on that control us, under the surface that we can't see. A lot of time we're not even aware of. So we have that old programming that we need to find a way to eliminate so we can replace it with the new programming that allows us to get to where we're going. We want to get the subconscious on board with what we want versus having it be an adversary, because our subconscious mind, it knows us better than we know ourselves. Right? Everything in there, it knows everything about us. And our conscious mind, we access stuff from that, but it knows how to push our buttons because it is us. And nothing can trick us more than ourselves. So if there isn't something that we enjoy doing, resistance comes up, and we move away from that. We distract from that. And you see that a lot in the entrepreneurial space. Oh, I don't enjoy this part of the job, so I let it fall by the wayside. I I'd rather be doing something else. Um, and people do that all the time. Like, things aren't comfortable to sit with. So yeah, let's find a well, let's watch TV. Let's doom scroll through social media. Let's find something that's gonna make me angry or something that's gonna make me laugh. So I don't have to look at the other thing that's actually important to me. But because I have this resistance to it, because it's difficult, because that program is running to try to keep me away from it, I'm not going to tune in. I'm going to find other things. And then it creates a cycle where we just feel bad about ourselves because then we're not actually reaching our goal. We're not actually taking the steps that we need to take to get there. And with our New Year's resolutions, I think a lot of people go into this with this kind of like idealized version of themselves that they want to be, that's projecting out there. If I just do this, then I'll be this and I will do all these things have. And we end up trying to live up to this ideal that usually is impossible because that ideal doesn't take into account everything about the human experience, and like basic needs. Distractions, yeah, as much as things are distractions, we do need to allow ourselves to have fun and to switch off from chasing our goals. And I don't even want to like chase, because chase implies that we don't have. Um, but we need to take that time to give ourselves a little bit of self-care and rest, so we're not draining all of our resources. We want to feel good and keep going. And when it comes to our goals, like especially with like New Year's resolutions and everything, I think it's important to just enjoy what we're actually doing. Feel good about what we want to get and how we're going about it, more than instead of trying to live up to an idealized version of ourselves that doesn't exist. Because the second we fall short of that idealized version, that resistance is going to spike. Our subconscious is going to go, nope, all right, stop this, move away from it. This hurts too bad, I can't. And all of these stories that come up, oh, nothing ever works out, oh, I'm not good enough for this, blah blah blah, all that starts running, and then we stop, and then we give up, and then we put it down, and we go, well, I'll get back to that when I feel better, when I feel more like it. And 6 months, 8 months go by, and you never touch it. And then next thing you know, it's December 17th, and you're sitting there going, oh, wow, right around the corner. I haven't done anything on this year. I haven't made any progress on that. I'm not nowhere close to where I want to be. And how does that make you feel? Right. So we use January 1st as this kind of arbitrary time to set our goals and go at it. And, it's a good time for it. Calendar's resetting. All right. But there's a lot more to it than just saying, oh, I'm going to do this. If we really want it, we have to impress it into our subconscious. And again, the two ways that those things get impressed is through emotion and repetition. And if we have a emotion, negative emotional charge that comes up, that weighs us down in relation to the thing that we want to do, then it's going to make those goals that much harder to accomplish. And it's going to make that self-talk a lot worse. And then the procrastination comes in, everything else. So thinking about that, I decided this is going to be a good time for me to start my resolute goal setting workshop again. Um, I did this, I don't even know how long ago now, a few months, at least. And this is, it's a great program. I absolutely love it. And I keep expanding and expanding on it. So like the first time I did it was just a couple of hours. That was a couple of days. And that was like a 3-day thing. And now for 2024, it's going to be a 5-week program. So it's going to start in January 7th. We're going to go each week on Saturday for a couple of hours. I'm going to show you the process, take you through it, show you how to write your goals in a way that is going to impress it into your subconscious, how to release on the stories that surround the goals. So when that resistance comes up, when that aversion comes up, you can actually deal with it in the moment, and it's not going to throw you off. So you can actually get what you want. So you stop procrastinating. So you stop with the stories that say, oh, I can't, I need to do something else. So you can actually handle it looking right at the thing that you want and going for it and choosing it. So you can just be it, instead of, oh, maybe not, Um, so it's going to go for 5 weeks, in January, starting on the 7th, each weekend, about 2 hours or so, and then we're gonna do another group call for everybody that shows up on Wednesday, so we can check in, give you real-time feedback on how things are going, answer questions, and we're gonna do more kinda group work on the goals, see where you're at on writing those, what sort of stories are coming up, and how to get around it to give you more guidance on that. So, and if you can't make lives, there are going to be replays available for it. So, but you'll definitely get the most out of it if you show up live. Um, yeah, this is something I really love this program, and it ties a lot of things together, a lot, including like the work I have been doing on myself in self hypnosis for Bell's palsy and synkinesis. A lot a lot of that ties into the goals and how we feel in relation to these things. So, it's definitely something worth checking out if you have goals that you really want to reach in 2024. Highly recommend you sign up. Join me on the 7th. Start the year off right. End 2023 on a high note, feeling good that you're going to make progress and going, this is where I am, and I know this is going to be a lot better. Now, just go to resolute.ebhypno.com and sign up. You'll get access to the previous workshop that I did, the 3-day. The recordings are there. So you can get a head start going through that material, but then we're going to do live. It's going to be different. It's going to be a lot bigger and better this time. If you already signed up for the last one, don't worry, you're already in. You'll be getting emails about that to join live. And like I said, it's a lot of those emotions, the stories that we tell ourselves that really get in the way of this stuff and how we feel about ourselves, especially about ourselves in relation to the goal, or how we feel about the goal in relation to ourselves. And one of the things I think is incredibly valuable, I mean, there's the releasing process that we can go through and build that up over time as we learn to reduce the resistance as it comes up. But I love using the emotional detox technique for this because that's kind of taking a power washer to some of those stories and really blowing it out, opening things up so all the good stuff can start flowing through. So you can feel energized, so you can get that sort of like jump start that you need to carry on, to go into it feeling good about what you want to accomplish. And so I'm offering with the Resolute Goal Setting Workshop. If you sign up there, you can either sign up for the workshop or you can sign up for the workshop plus a special 101 jumpstart session with me. And if you use coupon code jumpstart, then you'll get $200 off of that. A great deal. And I highly recommend it. And if you are serious about reaching your goals, about leaving all the shit behind that held you back, that didn't get you to where you want to go in 2023, please join me January 7th. Resolute Goal Setting Workshop. Go to resolute.ebhypno.com. Sign up today, and it's going to be a lot of fun. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, message me. Happy to answer anything you got, any questions you have. And I hope you all have a great Sunday. And if I don't come back next week, Merry Christmas. But I think I'll probably do a special Christmas Eve Sunday service next week. So, but until then, be seeing you.